guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun wide trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. Ready?
Ready.
What's going on, everyone? Cap24 here from HuddleGG. In today's video, we're going to show you a really nice play design that's going to help you attack the cover 3 meta, not only when they stack their zones for zone depths, but also for a one-place score against cover 3. Now, if this is the first time checking out our channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, hit that bell notification to make sure that you never miss any of our uploads. Now, the play we're going to be looking at is called Wide Trail, comes out of Gun Wide Trips Week. It can be found in the Buccaneers playbook, and I'm sure several others. But what we're going to do is show you how a route combination that I've liked in the past, I'm bringing it back. It was something I did back in Madden 18, and it wasn't as prevalent in Madden 19 or 20 just because of the way that their metas have changed. And you kind of look back on your notes, and I'm doing this route combination Bible to where I'm putting together all these different combinations to beat cover 3, cover 2, cover 4. And when I'm studying the game, you know, it's nice to go back and see what worked and how I can apply it to 21. And this is what we're doing here, okay? Now let's talk about Wide Trail and what this really does to attack cover 3. Now, the way I'm going to set this up, and I want to make sure you see, I'm going to put the RB on a streak, put the Y, which is the running back, on a streak, and put the X on a smart routed out, okay? This is what's going to look like. Now, the meta that I'm talking about is when people go from, basically comes out of 3-3-5 wide. But I'm going to make it to where people start out of 3-3-5, go to 3-3-5 wide, because what ends up happening is to put their safeties at their outside linebackers. And you can see right here that I've got McCourty. I wanted to make the best free safety possible at this spot. And this is kind of what you see as a lot of the meta is. You've got these guys that are doing hard flats underneath seam flats, or, you know, curl flats, depending on how they want to do it. And they're going to make you force you to the middle, right? Well, this play here really does a good job of taking what they give you and making them have to adjust to you rather than the opposite, right? So the first thing I want to show you is what we're going to do is we're going to move this RB to the right, and he's going to go left. So I'm going to motion him to the outside. He goes inside a couple steps, okay? That's going to help us free this up a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this B route first. Absolutely love the stutter fade here, where basically what it does is it's a delay, so it allows the coaching adjustment zone depths. Right now I have them at 20 to just get back. And then the hard flats I have actually at 5. And they just don't get wide enough by the time this ball is thrown. And you're going to see here that we're just going to throw it to this B receiver and have an easy 10 to 12 yard catch. As long as you don't low ball bullet past this, you're going to have no problems throwing it. I have not gotten this picked except for the one time that I accidentally did the left trigger as I threw it and the ball got picked. I'll just show it to you from a visual standpoint so you can see it. When you look at this, the guy is going to stutter. And then he's going to go to the outside. See how the hard flat is just basically widening out? And you can see that you're able to throw it over his head as he turns his body. And you got yourself an easy 13 to 14 yard play. Now, the first adjustment people are going to tell you, and they probably should, is that why don't you press? Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So let's go and change this up. We're going to press. We're going to put these guys in their zones, and they're good to go, right? So if they press, what's going to end up happening is two things. One, it's exactly what we want because that's how we're going to attack this for a one-place score. But also, you can still do it. And I want to show you here what it is. They press, you're still waiting for the outside, throw it over there. You still got yourself a catch, right? It's still a nice opportunity. You want to have a strong arm quarterback, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely going to be able to sling it out there, okay? So that's the B route. So the B is kind of a headache. It's going to make them have to adjust what they're doing, okay? Now, the second routes that I want to talk about, or the secondary routes that I want to talk about, is going to be the ability to hit either the tight end or the, let me just get, I think I got it wrong here. Okay, yeah. The tight end or the running back on the seam. Okay, so I put them on the streak. They have to decide, do they want to cover the A or the Y? Because most of the time what you're going to see is just there's one player in the middle. He's going to go back and forth left or right, right? So what you'll see here is if he goes and shades towards the tight end, you're just throwing this on the break and you get yourself some yards. Because they're fanning out their defense, they're going to have a little bit of a headache, right? Now, if they do this to where they are now, maybe they're covering the left side of the field. So let's just go here and do this again, right? So maybe I take the middle linebacker and go towards the left. What you're going to see here is that you've got the ability to attack with the tight end, right? Let's do this. Say they have to cover that Y. On the break, you can catch this, and you're going to be in really good shape, right? A lot of times people think that's going to be a flat route, and then it goes up the field, and you're good shape. So that's a route that you're going to go 1-2 in the middle of the field. Now, I told you earlier that what we really want to do is have them press, right? So I'm not going to show, up my hand right away, and I want to make sure that when I do this, I'm going to kind of hit a couple different options until I'm waiting to strike. This is the game of chess, right? I finally hit a couple options, and they finally say, all right, I need to press this guy. When I move this guy in, and basically when I remember you have to move him to the right to go left, he's in a great position to basically attack in no man's land. What I mean by that is that because the safety when you press goes to the left-hand side, the majority of formations, then what's going to end up happening is that you're going to be able to attack that middle spot and have a one-play score, because the B does a good job of making sure that the corner on the right doesn't go all the way to the seam. He ends up retracting. So watch how this works against cover 3. You're waiting for it. Now see how he backed off, and you got yourself an easy one-play score. So these are all things that we break down in the Route Combo Bible of how to attack different formations, different things and whatnot. But this one puts a few different elements into it, right? So we're not only attacking the middle of the field user with the basically the trail route by the tight end and the seam. That's a really nice 1-2 punch to get to the defender. But we're also going to attack the outside, making them have to press to feel like they're going to have to stop it. And then you have the ability for the RB to go and get the one-play score. The X is actually just a variable that you can put them on a comeback, smart route out. You can literally just put them on anything. What I like to do is just make sure that I get the players to widen out as far as possible. So that's why to cure off the Y. So you're going to be able to get good on that. But this is how Madden is played. I want to make sure a lot of times people in the comments are like, oh, I would have done this or I would have done that. The way Madden is you're going to set up what you want, right? So if I want the one-play score, I have to get them into a pressed alignment. How do I get them in a pressed alignment? I start throwing that outside fade. I start throwing routes that are a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage where they need to get their players a little bit closer. Once I see what I want, then I attack it, right? And it's not only do you have to attack it, but you have to get the user's responsibility to see that he can't follow that streak route. He needs to, worry about the other routes. And we established that after a couple times. So hopefully you guys learned a little bit about how to attack different coverages and how to use that fade route to beat those stacked zone Mable coverages, as people call them, and be able to literally, do what you want to do on offense and make them adjust to you, and then having the counter once they adjust. We appreciate you guys. They'll catch you on tomorrow's video.